So I just want to first ask you sort of what was the appeal of this movie? Was working with Ridley Scott always on your sort of like bucket list?
Oh yeah, I mean I think it's everyone or every actor's bucket list for sure. I mean Ridley Scott he's a legend. And so yeah, I had to jump at this opportunity. Whatever it was,
right.
You know, I'm like, yes, Ridley's on board, I'm on board.
Well, it's kind of interesting because you have very little dialogue. I think I wrote down every time you spoke in this movie.
Yeah.
Was it sort of hard going from Breaking Bad where you're so chatty to this, which is very sort of stoic?
Yeah. It was great. You know, I grew up reading the Bible. I mean, I have read it from beginning to end multiple times. My father was a Southern Baptist minister, so I know this story. I mean, I think a lot of people kind of know the story of Exodus, but I know the book of Exodus, and I was very excited to have the opportunity to play Joshua.
Ridley is sort of infamous for doing these like super long director's cuts.
Right.
Do you have sort of do you have something that you shot that you want him to like put back in a longer?
There might be
version?
more dialogue in the director's cut. We'll see. What's the movie now? 2 hours and 40 minutes, something
Probably.
like that. Yeah. But it doesn't. For me, it didn't feel long. It felt just right. So I don't know.
You don't have like a big juicy moment that you want to be put back in?
There's actually, you know, I want some more of my horseback riding back in. You know, I rode that horse so many times, and I just want people to see it. You know what I mean? I was very proud of my riding skills.
So looking back now, we're a few months out of the whole Breaking Bad thing.
Yeah.
Looking back on that experience, sort of what was your sort of general takeaway?
It's the greatest experience in my career for sure, hands down. It was a role of a lifetime. I've never been on a set like that. It was a dream. You know, we were truly a family, and it was, you know, we were just kind of ripped apart at the end. I mean, we still very much stay in touch. And, it's great. Brian is one of my best friends and mentor of mine, and yeah, it was amazing.
Would you pop back into Better Call Saul if they asked you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
We'll see.
Okay.
It's a pretty serious prequel, so I don't know where Jesse would come into play, but I would love to. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for chatting with me.
Yeah, good to see you, buddy.